Hi, everybody. Namaste. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome. Welcome to Tuesday readings. It's lovely to have you here. I this morning sat in contemplation of what in the world I was going to work with today. And so you can see in the description box below where my mind was going. And I hope this all supports each of you in your journeys, those of you that are asking questions today. Yeah. So welcome to everybody. I'm using a very special deck today that was given to me by a very special person. It was a gift. It's a first edition Wild Unknown Tarot. And I just thought, I was just racking my mind thinking, what is the earthiest, what's a deck that makes me slow down? So let me start by saying that and I know Mercury retrograde, for me, I feel it gets blown out of proportion. But I think there's a lot of medicine in Mercury retrograde in that it's an opportunity for us to pay more attention, to slow down a little bit. And you can see below that I wrote a few things, and the words that kept coming to mind were the re words: reassess, redesign, reassign. Like it's time for us to have a hard look at what's going on. And I think that the energy of Mercury retrograde supports this kind of reassessment energy. And so I'm offering 3 questions today as a spread, optional, of course. And that is, what am I ready to revisit, redesign, or reassess? So that would be card number 1. Card number 2 is, how might I approach it differently this time? And card number 3, what will I gain or learn from this time of slowing down? And of course, I'll read the whole spread as a unit. But yeah, so I thought this might be a good thing to look at today. So let us say hi to everybody. You guys are talking away here. Kristen, hello, first in the door. And Donna, welcome, our amazing mod. Lydianne, we have lots of mods in the chat today. So if you need support, please reach out, Donna. Mira, welcome to Mira and Dee. Who else is here? Clevis, welcome. And Saskia, hello to you. Namaste. Joel and Joseph, welcome. Kristen just added the Wild Unknown to her wish list. Yeah, it's a great deck. I have multiple copies of it. Welcome to Gina. Hi, Gina. And Dee and Colleen, welcome to both of you. Lovely to have you here. So what is it for me about this deck? I've shared so many things about this deck. And if you haven't seen my video where I talk about 10, I think it's called 10 ways to work with your Wild Unknown Tarot, especially if you have difficulty with this deck. It might really, this one is a little stiffer. So I haven't worked this copy. So it's a little stiff. Yes, it's the animal medicine. It's the chakra medicine. It's the energy medicine. And so the animals give it that earthy quality, that Virgo Taurus quality. The moon, where is the moon? The moon is in Gemini, right? Or no, Mercury retrograde is in Gemini. And the moon is in Virgo. Just need to look to my little moon journal over there. So we have this really interesting energy that's going on today. So go ahead, put your questions into the chat. I will do a reading for the collective, seeing as how there's no questions yet. So I invite you just to take a deep breath and focus on slowing down, uncross your legs, kick off your shoes. As you breathe in, scrunch up your toes, scrunch up your fingers, really, really tight. And then let that all go as you exhale. And then do that again. So without my guidance, just Focus on softening. So as a collective, what are we ready to reassess, redistribute, just see in a new way? Mercury gives us clarity, but there's just this special energy of, I don't know, we don't take enough time to slow down and to revisit. We're so darn busy all the time. So yeah, so let's use this energy to our advantage. Interesting, we get Mother of Swords. So we're going to have to pull the 3 cards right away. But let's just look at her. Does this have something to do with the need to be correct, the need to be right all the time? Or there's also there's a little sense of arrogance here as well too, and I am completely guilty of it. I love language, I love it when people speak in multisyllabic words or they speak really descriptively, a love of language. What about needing to reassess the need to know? The need to know everything, to need to know all the time. How might I do this differently? Really interesting pair of cards. So we have the Daughter of Wands. This is very playful, isn't it? It's very playful. It's like the Daughter of Wands energy kind of pokes away at Mother, right? She kind of pokes at Mom and says, "Oh, Mom, get off your high horse. Can we just, I don't know, she's so joyful and spontaneous. And I feel like the Mother of Swords she likes to see the big picture. There's a sense of control that's involved here. So the Daughter of Wands is kind of knocking us out of our comfort zone, and she wants us to be more spontaneous. Maybe to let our hair down a little bit. So I want to ask you this. So you in particular, in what way do you need to let your hair down? In what way is there a sense of control that if you let go of makes you feel uncomfortable? And I suppose in the end, would that make you feel a whole lot lighter? Would that take away some of your stress? Oh my God, I love that word, Kristen. I love it. Okay. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Gina. Yes, appreciate it when you hit the thumbs up button. And if if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and all of that. I hate saying those things, but yeah. I'm very, well, not very. I'm close-ish to 4,000 subs, and I don't really watch the numbers, but yeah, it's great. All of you that have been supporting me along this journey. Okay, so the flow. Look at the flow of the snake as well, too. Right? The Daughter of Wands is in the flow of life. She loves movement. She loves dancing. She loves spontaneity. Okay. So what this is a bizarre combination of cards. So the intention for the 3rd card is, what am I going to learn about this? So we have Hermit energy. Okay. So Hermit energy. Turning in and slowing down is the general theme for let me turn to my question. Yeah, what will I gain or learn from this time of slowing down? What will I gain or learn? The turtle is so powerful. I'm going to go in all kinds of crazy directions here, okay? So one of the things I have learned is about the segments on the turtle's back. that they are very much attuned with the lunar cycles. And I believe a turtle's back has 13 segments. There are 13 moon cycles in the year. Odd reflection, I know, considering what this reading is about. So the Hermit has this quality of, I mean, it is the Virgo card, right? And the moon is in Virgo. And so maybe that's why I'm picking up on this little bit of trivia. It also supports the need for inner reflection. And I have this image, and I don't know whether you have, like, you have or had. We were talking about the secret world of Og a few videos ago. Like, if you have a playhouse, if you have, you know, that experience when you're a kid and you build a fort and you go under the blankets, and it's just so magical. It's almost like, what if we could make an adult fort? And I'm diverting a little bit from the traditional meaning of the hermit, but what if we could create an adult fort and just play? Like, I'm trying to figure out the energy here, right? The Daughter of Wands wants us to let go, wants us to relax, wants us to just be okay with doing whatever. And so take this example. And maybe this is about playing with your children, playing with your grandchildren. Maybe this is about you recreating the sanctuary of your bedroom space, or the sanctuary of your altar space, and putting up some fairy lights and creating this enclosure where you can just be and be joyful, and perhaps understand and listen to the messages of the light a little more carefully. We're trying to focus on reassessing the need to know, reassessing the need to control. So, how could you create a sanctuary to do that? And Colleen offers, add some fire flame to what is within. The Hermit offers knowledge. The Hermit offers a light guidance to follow. I see the Hermit very much as the energy of, right, of the guru. And while the Hermit is not connected to the planet of Jupiter, it's that kind of supporting, nurturing energy. And then we also have a fire. We also have the fire of the Daughter of Wands. So what aspect of your life is ready for reassessment, so that, I don't know, I want to create this is really fun, actually. I can imagine in my own space taking some time. And I think one of the things I put in the chat had to do with redecorating your bedroom or something, or redecorating or moving furniture or something like that, because this is also a really good time for that. So what if you actually ripped apart and took everything out of the space where you meditate? Or maybe it's just for fun. It's just redecorating your bedroom. You took everything out of your bedroom and you painted it, or you did something really cool, like put crystals in the paint and painted one wall so it had sparkles on it, you know, and just make that a really special time for you, letting go, not worrying about anything being too perfect. This is also letting go of perfectionism and finding the beauty and the spirit within the moment, right? Hello there, Dr. Prachi and Sharon. Welcome. So hopefully that gives you some food for thought. Sarabi, hello, welcome to you. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go back to the chat, and Donna can let me know if we have any questions. Everybody seems pretty engaged in what's going on here. So, what else is happening? The Lenormand session that I just taught, we did a historical reading and introspection for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And for those of you that aren't following the Lenormand series, next week, just, if you're interested, next week we're going to do a reading and use the Grand Tableau as a way to check the messages of the Lenormand for, we're going to use Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series as our inspiration. And we're going to do some readings for that series. I'm really, really enjoying the Lenormand classes. It's so much fun. Yeah. Tomorrow is Margaret Peterson. And tomorrow we're going to look at the fours, I believe. The fours. Yeah. Welcome. Didn't the Hermit once carry an hourglass? Yes, it did. It did. You are correct, Dee. Yeah. Okay. Who would like a card? Nobody posting questions. Okay. Okay, Donna, this is for you. This is for you. So let us hold space for Donna. And we're going to focus on reassessment, reorganization, reevaluation. What would Donna benefit from that re-energy at this time? Oh, we have another mother card. What is it with the mother cards? Is this have to do with the earthy Taurian energy? The Mother of Pentacles loves creature comforts. So is this about increasing creature comforts? Is it about taking time, like baking cookies and the smell of all that wonderful stuff in the house? Is this about nourishing and nurturing yourself in your garden? I really feel like with all of the earth energy and the need for slowing down, that taking care of the physical body at this time is really important. It's and that can be through nourishing food, that can be through gentle activity and so forth. Oh, okay. So we're in the theme of Pentacles, Donna. There's something really magical in this Ace of Pentacles. And if you think about the wisdom that lies within a tree. And when we look at this cross section of a tree and we look at the potential, because this is when the tree was really, really young, right? So when we look at this energy in the center, the tree was young. The tree was, isn't this interesting? I'm just having a little bit of a looking back to the last reading and how that Daughter of Wands was influencing the mother next to her. And the ace, the pure potential, our pure potential was available when we were young, and it has been available throughout our whole lives. And I love, Donna, the fact that this reassessment, reevaluation, we have a common theme, we have a common suit that matches the energy of the sun and the moon at this time. So there is a sense of slowing down. There is a sense of the physical body or the home itself. So the reassessment is going to feel personal, very personal. Hello to everybody coming in. Yeah. Okay. And how are you going to benefit from this? I suppose it's going to nourish you. It's going to nourish you in a way that will give you what you need to carry on with a journey that has previously felt a little overwhelming. And the need to be nourished. So you've heard me say this many, many times on this channel. A lot of people want to dive into things ill prepared. And when we dive into things ill prepared, physically, mentally, emotionally, when we dive into things physically, when we dive into things ill prepared, we we end up getting sick. So this feels really, really important. And so taking the time to do this during this Mercury retrograde period will will strengthen you, right? So that you can feel more in that, like, I can do this. I can do this. There's something that I'm willing to release and let go, and just really feel that lemniscate energy of the eight, and the connection with the strength card as well too. This deck actually no is justice. This deck is justice. The eight connects to the justice card. So perhaps this, and think about the hermit that just showed up. Think about the how this nourishment, this strengthening, this taking time to everything I just said before will so what you are moving forward with perhaps has really felt overwhelming. It is a karmic release, or perhaps in your life there also is a legal issue that has been weighing down on you too. So so yeah, lots of possibilities here, Donna. Let me know what connects and what resonates and what doesn't resonate. Thank you. Darcy, did I say hello to you? And oh my goodness, Ryu, Van Rue, welcome. Gina, did I say hi to you as well? Welcome. All right, let me go to YouTube and then I can watch Donna's. Donna says, it's the Dharma, the work I've come in to do. It's ending now after several years. Oh, wow. Okay. And that can be hard. It really can. All right. If you need a hug, I'm offering a hug. Ooh, you often get the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, good to know. All right, so Dr. Prachi, Vaniru. Vaniru. Thank you. Okay, so I know Dr. Prachi said I would like a card. Dr. Prachi, what is your pronoun? Are you a he or a she or a they? And was there a particular question, Dr. Prachi? Okay. She. Okay. All right. So, Dr. Prachi, I'm just going to do the spread at hand because I think this is really it's a great time to focus on this. So, what would Dr. Prachi benefit from releasing, reassessing, reevaluating at this time? Slowing down and taking time. Oh, we have another card of letting your hair down. And I'm going with this particular interpretation of the devil because what happens is that through our work, through this is so beautiful. So there's certain things in our family life and all of the responsibilities that we have. We tend to, and this is I feel like there's a real theme that's building here. It started with the Mother of Wands, and we built on it with Donna's reading. Is that we create these restrictions for ourselves, these expectations, these enormous expectations, often imposed by family or culture, and it always comes from within. And so I feel like this reassessment has to do with deciding, yeah, like it's okay for me to step outside the box. It's okay for me to let go and to play a little bit and to enjoy myself. This card of transformation and all of the, I mean, there's a lot of butterflies in this deck. This is the Six of Wands card, but this is you emerging from something that felt confrontational almost. Something that was it was uncomfortably challenging. And perhaps you have the tendency to protect yourself in a way that almost makes you feel uncomfortable. So it is your time to emerge. It is your time to reveal yourself, to show yourself, to be yourself and to let go. And what will you learn from this experience? Okay. Um, this is a very powerful reading. So what this tells me is that during the next few months, your self-reflective time, your time for self-reflection and deciding what is really important in your life and choosing what is important and letting go of things that have not served is it's going to make it's not going to be um, easy, but you have been sensing and feeling this undercurrent. When I see the Tower card, I often feel that energy, like the tremors of an earthquake or the pre-tremors of an earthquake. And we have, or like if you imagine a volcano, like how the earth starts to move before the volcano actually erupts. It's like we're ready to get vulnerable again, right? It's time to get real. It's time to get raw. It's time to get back to who you really were. And so in all of these readings today, it's like there's a paring down to the essence. Yeah. And I don't know if you read the tarot, Dr. Prachi, but this is a very important transition in the tarot. It's a very important place also on your spiritual journey. So to remain really true to who you are, this might involve letting go of um, a friend. It might involve a shift of energy at work, right? So but know that this is completely in your highest interest and exactly what needs to happen at this time. Okay, so take good care and there's no need to rush into this. This is a time of um, gentleness for yourself. Okay, Gina. Okay, Gina, this is for you. What is Gina ready to release? What is Gina ready to release, reevaluate, redesign? And because of the abundance of earth energy that is with us over this next, like now, please, if I'm going off on things that are a little spiritual, always take this back to the mundane. Take this back to the earthy essence of the meaning of the cards. Well, we're pulling some big hitter cards today. Again, okay, so look at the hair, the mane. Look at the mane on the horse. So reassessing the direction you were taking, reassessing. Perhaps this is about the reassessment of whether you should actually go or not go. Because with the Chariot card, there's a sense of emergence from perhaps something that was holding you back, or something that was suffocating, or something that was you just needed to get out of, right? So the Chariot bursts forth from the walled city, right? In the Rider-Waite-Smith, right? The Chariot is there's a power and a direction with the Chariot. There's also an emotional connection. There's that Cancerian energy connected to the Chariot card. So this is about you reassessing your direction and perhaps the underlying emotional reasons for shifting directions. Okay, and a powerful card to have here when you're reevaluating your direction. I love the eclipse energy here. So this is it's a time of turning in. And I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over, but this happens on these Tuesday readings, as these themes emerge. You're the little bird on your right shoulder, the little bird on your left shoulder, the angel and the devil. They are both very much a part of who you are, and the clearest way forward is by embracing both of them. And if you think about the two sphinxes, the two horses, the two whatever they are, the two wolves that pull the chariot forward. I know we don't have that illustration in this deck, but we have there are influences from the past. There's influences of aspects of ourself that we have suppressed over the years. And the only way for you to know about this, the only way for you to gain clarity on the direction is to accept all sides of yourself and to take your whole self for the ride. Because the truth is, you need the whole self. And here we go. Vulnerability again. Vulnerability. There is a softness and a vulnerability that is required. And I don't know if you've ever done mirror work. Any of you have done mirror work, like standing in front of the mirror naked, that kind of exercise. Like maybe this has to do with, that's a weird thing for me to come through. Truly loving yourself exactly as you are. I also feel with this particular card in childhood, there's influences that tend to make us feel less than, and we tend to, so perhaps this reassessment here is influenced by something that happened in the past that made you feel less than. I love the chat that's going on here. So Gina, I don't know if this is connecting with you. Oh, that's spot on. Okay. Okay, good. So just sit with these cards for a little bit, and we just turned into this Mercury retrograde energy today. So the for each of you, the reassessment, the reevaluation that I'm kind of honing in on here today is just beginning. And so take time to journal and reflect and respond in a mindful way. Okay? All right, Miss Kristen. Hello, Crossberry. All right, so I'm going to answer your question through the lens of the questions that I've set up for today, because I feel like by embracing that energy, we might be able to get somewhere. So I'm putting on my very wide lens glasses. Okay, Kristen? Let's hold space, light and love for Kristen as we consider, contemplate, and receive messages. About her fitness goals. Okay, so one of the things, so let's look at the language as well too. The Gemini being an air sign, and language is so important. So if we change the word fitness to wellness, if we change goals to intentions, because goals, it's like a goal, right? There's an end point. There's a measured something. So let's soften and broaden the energy of the language. Okay. So here we go. We want to envision a fresh start, a fresh beginning. Take everything back to the bone, quite literally, right? No pre no assumptions about how things are supposed to go, or how fit I was before, or anything like that. This is about starting from zero and recognizing that baby steps, new directions, new possibilities. There's no way, there's no need to think that this is going to be like it was before. This is ground zero, and this is you growing into something that you haven't experienced before. And something that just came to mind was um, uh, the fact that the cells regenerate every 7 years, and we have this opportunity to have a whole new liver, or whole new, um, like our skin feels different, things like that. This is what I was picking up on. So like this is an opportunity for regeneration. The second part of this spread, it was about approach, right? So just wanted to, how might I approach it differently this time? Okay. With the four of water, so fours in general create this sense of restriction. How can I approach it differently? We don't want to, so I'm feeling emotional restriction. So this is you setting yourself up with very specific goals and attaching happiness. And I know this is a ridiculous thing, like attaching happiness to um, climbing the 100 stairs on that path within 90 seconds, like I'm feeling here that emotions and goals are attached. And so there's a sense of just letting go. And can we bring in a lot of the energy that's already come in today? It's like, just do whatever you want to do. If you in the back of your mind have thought about taking a jazz dance class or something, I think your approach to wellness, your approach to your health needs to be a little more carefree and less restricted. This is not about it's not about going to the gym. It's not about anything that you have ever done before. Because the associations, the emotional associations that you have historically with your fitness might not have been positive ones. So this is, I want you to emotionally think outside the box so that you can feel, I don't know, just like a little more. And then we have the Tower card again. Okay. So rethink about your approach to the fitness goals. I saw a jazz dance class, and I'm just thinking jazz hands. And it's also, I'm just sensing really, really shaking this up. So completely throw away the way that you have done this before. And I'm sure some of you in the chat can think of brilliant ways that you have moved your bodies that have made you feel vital and youthful. And with the Tower card and with the Death card, it's like it's an opportunity for you to emerge in a very, very different way. I want to think of another example for you. Um, I'm just seeing a picture also of a group of people practicing Tai Chi in the park. And I think movement has something to do, the movement of energy, the release of energy. Oh my God, I actually saw you doing, I don't want to know what the heck is, it wasn't kickboxing, but I saw you pick up your foot and hit one of those, boxers, right? They practice into the punching bag. Well, I saw you kick it with your foot. So maybe this is about playing soccer, playing footy. Maybe this is about connecting to like a community sport. So you also have the social interaction as well too. Okay. And it looks like you're getting some feedback from the chat as well too. What did Darcy say? I'm just going to scroll back. I don't know if I can find it. Okay, you used to weight train, do karate, danced basketball. I miss enjoying the gym. Okay, so I'm not feeling the weight training. I'm feeling something, where you can feel the it feels more quite literally explosive, just like the Tower. So it feels more like karate. It feels something where it's about moving energy, right? So choosing something and maybe if you used to do tap, maybe if you used to do jazz, it's about learning tap. It's with the Death card here and the Tower card, it's about each of those things doing it differently. So if you used to do karate, maybe this time it's about learning Tai Chi, because it's a different approach, energetically kind of the same thing, but a different approach. Okay. Darcy. All right, let's go to Darcy. Thanks, Kristen. You know what, Kristen? It's never weird. It's never weird. And tap dancing is, make sure you get good shoes. That's my advice. Oh my goodness. Get the best shoes you can afford. Yeah, if you're going to do tap dancing, shoes really matter. All right, Darcy Rosner. Okay, I'm just going to mark you there, and then I will find your, oh, the chat just really jumped. Okay. Okay, so let's work in the structure of the spread, Darcy, and see how we can weave a story here for you to help you. Okay. So depression from a yogic perspective, and this might really help. It might not, but I'm going to offer this, is a condensation of the fire. So this is the solar plexus chakra involuted on itself. So the opposite side of this is anger, fire out of control. So sometimes it can be so simple. It's like suppressed anger becomes depression, or the inability to express your emotions, either an inability or something externally suppressing your emotions. And this could be you not feeling worthy of sharing what you need to share, or being in an unhealthy relationship, or parents, or being in a culture or community where you just felt you couldn't express your fire. Okay, so let's use the word fire instead of anger, because fire can come out in all kinds of ways. When I was a little girl, I was told I was too much. A lot. I was told I was too much, right? So my fire was pressed down. So it can be passion, your passion being suppressed, your anything connected to the element of fire. You're wanting to grow and create and be big. So your greatness gets suppressed. So so how do we shift this? We embrace the energy of fire. Depression, eating your rage. Yes, for sure. So we start to connect with fire. We light more candles. We eat spicier food. We have the biggest bonfire on the beach, and we, until somebody says, that fire is a little bit large. It's getting dangerous. We actually play with fire. We play with fire. If there is something that you do artistically, you go crazy, right? You paint it, you draw it, you make it, you take it to market. You start to let your fire, you've got to let your fire burn. And it's funny, it's interesting what Dee said, and that when I'm thinking of eating disorders. So what happens with eating disorders is often our passion is suppressed. That unique you is just not burning brightly enough. So we need to start the fire burning brighter and brighter. Okay. All right. So what reassessment, realignment? So let's pull this card first, and then and hopefully this helps others of you in the chat as well too, because it's not uncommon. Depression, all kinds of mental wellness issues are so much at the forefront these days. Wow. Okay, this is a big wow card. Okay. If you could have and live and be whatever, like emotionally, what do you really want? How do you want to feel? What would your day look like if you were, I mean, do you want to be joyful? What would your day look like? So, what is the potential of your cup overflowing? So, a simple it's not simple. An exercise would be to draw, write, imagine. What's that exercise where you cut out things from a magazine and you create a vision board? To create a vision board, an emotional vision board of your life, your cup overflowing. What would that look like? I have a feeling that part of the reason you can't get out of the depression is because you haven't named or identified your happiness. So by creating a vision board, or listing it, or writing a love letter, write a love letter to yourself, naming these things that would shift and change and make you happy. Describe the art, get really specific about it. Take a trip and go to a museum that you've never been to, or sign up for an art class, or teach an art class to children, offer an art class to children. Design, redesign, plan a program, a summer program for children where you teach art to children. Maybe you inspire others by sharing something that you know about gardening. Okay, more emotions, more emotions. So getting really, and look how the Mother of Cups is, her wing is pointing to that. So getting really clear about what it is you want to feel. And then of course the next step is actually feeling it. So you close your eyes, you see this experience it, and you allow the sensations of that to arise in your body. And what are you gonna learn from this? Well, it's the Nine of Cups. These are all cups, all cups. So when I think of depression and I think of the restriction of emotion, it's like emotion is wanting to burst out of you. So finding ways to release this. You are a cup. You are a cup. I'm not sure what that means, but I need to get off my couch. Yes, you need to get off your couch. You need to visit people, socialize with people, share with people. Um, you know, all of these things. So the emotions. So I want to go back to this. So the Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra, is where the waters, where home of the water, and the fire. So the fire is suppressed, and it's almost like a geyser, right? The water is wanting to burst up through the earth and explode. So this is about letting go. This is not so different from me seeing, like when I think about this, just let me digress here, because there's these themes that are emerging today, right? So I'm saying to Donna, there's this fiery aspect of her youthful self that has been underrated or ignored or suppressed, right? In the very first reading, there was a message of just let go and play and be silly, and it's okay to take a risk. But what I was going to say, like in Kristen's reading, where we had the tower energy, and and it's so funny because it doesn't seem like Kristen, but I just saw her with tremendous force, picking up her right foot and kicking a punching bag. So yeah, right. So Kristen got this card, which is about letting a whole lot of energy go. So there's these themes that are, and I guess the hardest part of all of these messages today is in the vulnerability. Like we can feel completely naked in these experiences, and we have to be okay with feeling silly, with feeling not completely together or feeling professional, right? We need to be okay with letting go. And I think that is one of the very, very first steps. Yeah. Okay. We're coming up on the hour. Donna, I'll do one more quick reading if you want to put one more person up in there. Okay. So this will be the last reading for today. So I hope that helps, Darcy. I hope that gives you some inspiration, motivation, direction. So there's Crossberry. Crossberry, if you want to share your name, I would love to know what your name is, so I can call you by name. If you don't want to give me your name, maybe give me your pronoun. All right, so let's hold space. Let's hold light and space and love for Crossberry, who is asking about a career in writing. Are there blockages, delays? Should they apply for the Disney Writing Program and First Draft Big Break contest this month? Okay. Chinmayi. Okay. That sounds so exciting. The world. So that's a big yes card. That is a very big yes card. It would indicate no blockages. It would indicate the beginning of a new journey, that paths are opening up, that the world is your oyster and you can feel confident on embarking on this new leg of your journey. That there's also this aspect too when this card comes up. I feel it's important to find a bit of gratitude for what has got you to where you are now. So that might mean personally thanking people. It might be um, just acknowledging how far you've come, you know? And here's another big yes card. So these are major cards in the tarot. These are both cards of moving forward. And as the chariot is full of light and energy and passion. And so yes, yes, yes to all of those things. Um, three majors. Okay. The Empress card will is the Empress card would speak to your creativity and the potential for growth and expansion in this field that you're wanting to. So yes, these are all yes cards. These are all heavy hitter cards. So they're emphatic yeses. Very emphatic yeses. And they would also suggest like I've been saying to everybody today, like really let you shine as you. So when you enter like the Disney writing program, there will be a formula, right? There'll be a formula for their brand, but and you have an opportunity with the first draft big break contest. So really allow your unique brand to shine through. What makes your writing different than other people's writing? Let that guide you so that you are seen on this journey. Okay? Okay. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. It's been a privilege, pleasure reading for you. And take some time, if you didn't get a reading today, to look in the description box below and look at those questions because those questions are pertinent and relevant to everyone. And if we walk, if we move, if we make our choices in alignment with the moon and the stars, life is so much easier. So this is just a little bit of guidance into where we are at this time. So I hope that helps you with whatever's going on in your life. I want to send blessings to everyone, and thank you so much for joining me, and to all the new people here today. So be sure to like and subscribe, and then you'll get notifications for when I'm on. I have quite a busy schedule, and I offer lots of things on my channel. So go to the channel page itself and have a look around, and you can see the kind of work I do. I also have a yoga channel. It's very small. Right now, I'm teaching a mantra medicine class, and we're working on 32 names of Durga right now. And yeah, so the link for that, I believe, is below as well, too, if you're interested in practicing mantra. So thanks very much. Have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste. Donna, thank you so much.